Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to the channel. This is Dan. This is the channel Engelgeist. It's our channel, not just my channel. I've realized it's our channel. Welcome. For those of you that are new, welcome. And for those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on the Patreon page, thank you so very, very much. Your monthly support helps in very big ways, even though, you know, there's only a few of you, but I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I also want to say thank you to the two newest Patreon subscribers that just joined this week. So thank you very much for that. This is your daily forecast for just a kind of like energetic outlook to sort of see what we as a greater collective could possibly be dealing with this week. We're looking at the energy for July 18th, which is Saturday. It's the end of the week energy. This is not necessarily set just for July 18th. If you're seeing this on a date where it is not July 18th, because it is a message that is set for the greater collective or the larger collective, the greater whole for the greatest good, the highest good of the greater... I haven't had enough coffee this morning. It's a message for the highest good of the greater collective. Therefore, when it reaches you, sorry, I sound like an angry dad or mom or something. When it reaches you is like sort of perfect timing, right? Or when you're supposed to hear it, when you're in alignment to it. So if you're seeing it on a date that's not July 18th, that's completely okay. You can still take the information and potentially apply it to your life somewhere, utilize it, and use it for your highest good, or the highest good of, you know, those around you, okay? So I believe that Spirit has the capacity to do that sort of work. All right, so that being said, other ways, if you want to support the channel, aside from going to patreon.com, you can go there and get a subscription to get the daily forecast a day early. Or you can follow my Instagram at Engelgeist333. You can book a private reading with me through my Facebook business page. Or you can just like, share the videos out. Hit the thumbs up symbol. Give me a heart. Share them over on Facebook. Do whatever. I only release this on YouTube. I should be more proactive about sharing it out myself. But I kind of just put it here and pray that the people that need to find it will find it when they're ready. All right, so let's see what's going on. We've got beautiful Two of Cups energy yesterday, and underneath today's reading, we're going to have that Ace of Swords energy, which is that really sort of clear, decisive, inspired thought, right? To me, the Ace of Swords is like new clarity, new inspiration, unexpected sort of vision, or intellectual awareness that, maybe might even surprise some of us. But it's a powerful, beautiful sort of card to have underpinning anything that we're dealing with at the end of this week. Yesterday's Two of Cups was also a very lovely card to have coupled with that Ace of Swords energy. So hopefully you guys are feeling these cards in your life and utilizing these energies and applying them where they need to go. All right, so let's see here. What do we have for today? Is this the Eight of Pentacles? Did we not have the Eight at the end of the week? Or the middle of the week? We did. Okay, on Sunday's reading, which kicks off the underpinning energy of the entire week, it's sort of like a reading for Sunday, but also it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the week. The midweek card was the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like this showing up again with that Ace of Swords underneath is not necessarily about going backwards to that midweek energy, like we never actually got to that eight. We maybe didn't get to that clarity. And for some of you, this could be that message. Actually, now that I'm thinking about this or hearing this, is this idea that possibly some of you are still working through some stuff to gain that clarity that we see in that Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is not gone for any of us. Let's just say it that way. But for some of you that have gained that clarity over, like, say, today, yesterday and today, or maybe in the last few days, you've come to some clearer understandings of what you want intellectually, mentally, that sort of thing. You're willing to now take this Eight of Pentacles energy back into your space and put in the hard work to start to move towards whatever that is that you want. Now, when I'm talking about whatever that is, this is a broad spectrum reading for anybody who may watch this at any point in time. So therefore, you have to apply whatever that thing is that you desire or that you've come to terms with in your desire of recent. If that's a new job, if that's a loving, relationship, if that's better relations with your family, whatever that may be, to me, the clarity of that Ace of Swords that underpins this Eight of Pentacles says to me, not only have you gotten clear on what it is you want, but you're now willing to sort of double down, roll up your sleeves and put in the work. Right? The Ace of Pentacles is sort of like, Eight of Pentacles is sort of like dedication, hard work. There's also a patience to the Eight of Pentacles, I think, too. I mean, at least I'm feeling that in this card with this spider kind of waiting in the middle of the web. It's like all the work has been put into place, and now we kind of let the plan unfold. We kind of are willing to still continue to do the work. Once something gets caught in our net, in our dream, I'm thinking of a dream catcher when I'm saying our dream. When something gets caught, when the meal or the prize gets caught, and we're actually able to wrap it up like a spider would, right? We still have work there in doing that, in wrapping it up, in tying it down, in making it ours, in fully owning it, right? So utilizing that Eight of Swords energy, right? That Ace of Swords. Now I'm mixing eight and ace. Sorry. That Ace of Swords energy, that clear, defined, inspired mental prowess, right? Moving forward, doing it in such a way that is empowered, that is thinking outside of the box even, maybe doing things that we wouldn't otherwise normally do, but finding new paths to get there. This Eight of Pentacles kind of grounds that air energy of the ace, the high-flying ace energy too, grounds it and makes it productive, channels it into exactly whatever the plan might be physically, whatever work we need to put into to get this accomplished, okay? For some of you, you maybe haven't fully reached that Ace of Swords moment yet, and that's completely fine. This Eight of Pentacles says to me that you guys might still be working on your master plan, on your web, on your design, on your map of how you're going to get to whatever the goal is, right? I think that's a fair, I think that's a small amount of you. A fair amount of you have come to this understanding of, okay, that's what I want, at least now in the moment. And now this Eight of Pentacles is back saying, okay, let's do the work. Let's finish off the web, bringing us towards that goal, right? Yesterday's was such a sort of romantic reading. I think that some of you with this Eight of Pentacles is about doing the hard work towards getting to that romance that I saw for some of you. Some of you actually want to trap somebody in this web. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it's like, look, I built this home for us to be in. Let's sort of enjoy it. That sort of a thing. So I am going to acknowledge that because I do feel like the Eight of Pentacles is not necessarily a romantic card by any means. It's like a sort of a work card or a dedication card working towards some sort of longer term goal. But yesterday's reading with the peacock and the Two of Cups and all of that, it was definitely a very romance oriented thing. And I feel like this spider is just sort of patiently waiting a little bit for some of you. I don't know which one of you all have love on the mind or whatever, but you guys are kind of quietly waiting, doing what needs to be done, taking care of the practical matters. So practicality to this Eight of Pentacles too. All right, let's see what the animal... Ooh, hey, bat. Talk about flying in the dark. Okay, I love that the bat is also another air animal. We've had a lot of air energy. This coupled with that Ace of Swords is also doubling down on that inspired air. Bat to me is an animal that flies at night, is nocturnal, right? So that takes me to this place of ourselves moving through the dark, moving towards sort of whatever it is that we intuitively know that we want. And that's the moon above the bat that we see here. To me, this is about accessing our more intuitive aspects of self and moving through the darkness of the night, or moving through maybe navigating sort of plans or situations, environments that we haven't had to navigate before, right? That's sort of the darkness that I get from the night essence of bat. Bat to me also is that sort of use of sonar, right? Where they kind of chirp out so that they can kind of sense the lay of the land. To me, that's almost got like a psychic quality to it, or an intuitive quality. Hence, we've got this moon going on here. So some of us may be sensing or putting the energy out there, putting the vibes out there, however you want to refer to it, putting the dream out there in a sense, building the dream, and then kind of putting it out there and seeing what are the different routes of getting there and being willing to do the work. Also utilizing that Ace of Swords energy to be inspired by new ways of thinking about how to go about getting there, right? To me, I feel like this is an opportunity for us to sort of also trust ourselves, not only sort of intuitively or mentally, which is that idea of bat flying through the night, but also this understanding of how hard and dedicated we can be in the material realm. And it's almost like I feel like with this Eight of Pentacles, I feel like there's a understanding now that we understand we deserve whatever it is that we want. And I say that sort of broad because this is a broad spectrum reading, so you guys have to define whatever it is that you want, right? The specificity of that thing. But whatever that thing is, I feel like looking at these two cards, somewhere something has shifted for us. And this might be that clarity of the Ace of Swords, where we realize we deserve it. And we're willing to sort of work towards it with the Eight of Pentacles, fly towards it with the bat, even if it's flying through the dark, sort of navigating more in the present moment from an intuitive space. But we're utilizing our sonar, our psychic senses, our just ability to sense in general, to see our way through this process towards this sort of desired goal that we now have kind of come into the understanding that we deserve, which is also kind of reminiscent of that peacock energy that we saw yesterday, right? That kind of idea of being sort of grand and beautiful on a scale. That wasn't necessarily the definition in the book, but that's how I sort of saw the energy of peacock. So let me find the Eight of Pentacles for you and just read it to you again. So the Eight of Pentacles is craftsmanship and skill. The spider is a true master of her craft. She weaves against all odds with skill, intricacy, and confidence. The Eight of Pentacles requires a similar approach. Hone your skills. You are close to finding mastery at your craft, so strive for it. Pay attention to all the details. In some cases, this card means you need to find a new hobby, something you truly enjoy, start a project, become good at it. I feel like this is also in a broader spectrum for more of you, to reach more of you. This is about being willing to have done the work, set the plan in motion, and now either A, patiently wait for the next steps to become available to you, and you may not know them because of this bat energy, but you will navigate them in the moment, or B, to continue to work and stay solid in that foundation of knowing that through hard work, perseverance, and knowing that you deserve whatever it is that you want, you will make it happen. It will be caught in your web. It will be caught in your net. Okay, let's look at the Bat card. Bat is darkness, letting go, death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns, no more lingering in the past. When in balance, it accepts, adapts, and adjusts. When out of balance, it refuses to let go and it reminisces. To bring into balance is to watch the sunrise. So some of y'all need to be getting up way early for this bat energy, but I feel like I like the aspect of bat closing the door on things and flying to something new. I like the idea of that sort of trusting oneself and navigating the darkness. I definitely sense that with the sonar of bat. It's about being in tune to those more subtle energies. That's certainly that moon above that bat. Being guided by the shimmer of sort of the shadow self or the more deeper subconscious self. But I love that it's grounded with this Eight of Pentacles. To me, it feels like this is, and the intricacy or the delicateness of the web that we create, right? Or of the dream that we create, of the desire that is like within us. The honoring of that, right? And that's some of that love that we saw yesterday in that Two of Cups, in that Peacock card, you know. And again, we're talking about this also, this idea of this stone that follows us throughout the entire week, which is that truth on that obsidian stone, which is like that darkness of the night that the bat flies through, flying, you know, closing chapters or doors to other chapters that have no longer worked, and moving on to being, you know, readily available to do the work to get us to wherever it is we truthfully want to be. Let's look at the grounding stone. Okay, so this is also ending out the week on obsidian. The word is enjoy. Grounding in what we enjoy. This is sort of that idea of, you know, one of them was I think it was this spider, the Eight of Pentacles, was like, start a new project or like sort of take on a hobby, something that you love. What is it that you enjoy? You know, what is it that you desire? Working towards that desire, grounding in that enjoyment, grounding in the belief of that, right? That allows Bat to sort of fly. That allows Bat to be brave enough to ward off the negativity or the worry or the fear of not accomplishing it, and to trusting it and moving forward. Right? Even in the darkness, trusting one's more subtle senses, trusting the more inspired thoughts that we have around that Ace of Swords, you know, clearly making those decisions for like sort of new paths, new opportunities, and also enjoying the journey of that, the creation of that, the work that we put in, the flight that takes place, the skill set that is utilized that may not be our normal skill set, right? It might be the more subtler awarenesses, but also connecting to those and sort of embracing those and creating enjoyment around that sort of, for some of you, potentially new way of navigating the world. You know, all of these struggles and strains that we've been dealing with around everything that's going on in the world, if we look at it, it really is challenging us in ways, but if we look at those challenges as opportunities and rooms to grow, right, for ourselves personally, it can actually, in some ways, be a gift. So keep that in mind today. That is your forecast for the day. I hope that it makes sense. I'm interested to see where next week's, what tomorrow's forecast has to say for the following week. You guys just keep moving forward. Apply this wherever it needs to. If it doesn't make any sense, that's okay. It may not be for you today. But I think that for some of you, there's definitely some work being done here that's going to get you to a better place. All right, thank you. Take care. I love you all. Thank you all for tuning in. Please hit the like button. Share this video out if you'd like. Leave me a comment or a question if you feel the need. And remember to just go out and sort of enjoy everything that you're doing, even if it's hard work or unknown navigation, whatever those aspects are, or the bringing together of those two things. Make sure that you're grounding in the enjoyment of the experience and the journey. There's definitely sort of that message lying in these three components here. Pay close attention. Also, I'm just going to say about the subtle energies too, is Spider taps that web, right? Spider pays attention to the subtle tappings of the web to know where its meal comes from. So that's that subtle energies in Bat too, that awareness. They match there. All right, have a good day. I love you all. Bye-bye.